Hi, Andrew. Welcome to Argentina.
Thank you.
Well, you are in a region that probably is the most important in the world, that is US and Canada, okay? Bueno, tell us a little how the business are developing there.
Well, the US is a very big market, especially for security. I think something like 43% of the world's security market is US. North America, of course, is a big region. And the US, if you look at it in comparison with Europe, it's like 50 countries, in one, because each state has major cities, it has major places of interest, like a capital city in every state, plus some smaller cities. So it's very diverse, it's a very big area, and so the opportunities for business are very good there. It's why it's a #1 market in the world, and the business is growing very nicely there.
In the terms of the channel partners, you are developing a partner for each state?
Yeah, we don't really have so much like the regional partners like that. We have partners all over in probably every state, but we don't have really an exclusive model there like that. But we do have some bigger partners, Tier 2 distribution and so on, where other partners will buy from them. But yeah, it's a very channel-driven model.
In terms of the portfolio, your portfolio are growing a lot in the last years. What's are developing this business in terms of the corporate and medium businesses? You are trying to have some market share there?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's our major sort of focus area. It's the small and medium business up towards enterprise. And, we have a very good success there because I think the product suite that we have, the product portfolio, it really focuses on what the needs of those businesses are. It really understands what the threats are for those businesses, and then tries to focus on delivering something which is tailored for them specifically, and so it makes sense for them. Rather than having a lot of different things which don't necessarily help them, it really focuses on the main threats and the main problems that they have, and then delivers a very good solution for that.
The certifications for this kind of business are increasing all the time. You have more certification around this suite of products.
Do you mean in terms
of the channel partner certifications and
we don't
or
really
trainings?
We obviously we do a lot of trainings, but we don't really have a certification program. There's something that probably we will look at in the future. But we still run most of the support ourselves from San Diego, and we like to take care of the customers directly, but we probably will look at some kind of certification program in the future.
Okay. What are your main roadmap for this year in terms of the business and also in the products?
Yeah. Well, actually, we've just released a new suite of products with a next generation of remote administrator and the business endpoint solutions. And it's really the first time in our history where we've managed to unify everything under a very, very powerful administration console. So that's really the focus for this year, is to drive that out into our market and to make sure that our customers understand the benefits of upgrading and moving to this new system. But I think it will also open up a lot of new opportunities for us because it's a very powerful system. It's well ahead of many of the competitors. For instance, it's a web-based console which can run on almost any platform. So this is something the competitors don't have.
You follow from remote for everywhere. You can follow what.
Yes, yeah, a lot more ability to track and configure, and everything looks the same across all of the products. So when you look at it in one operating system, it will look the same on the other, and in the remote administrator, and on the phone, and so on and so on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What are your opinion about the new state of the art of the security threats right now?
This has always been a game of cat and mouse with the attacker. We close one loophole or one area, and they find another one to exploit. So this is never. It's like fighting crime. You can never completely eliminate it, but you can make a lot of inroads into making it much harder for the criminals, but also much easier for for the administrators to find the threats more quickly or to stop them or prevent them. And we really are focused on technologies that enable the shortest amount of possible time between detection and prevention. And those are things that we're focused on, because that's what really makes the difference in reality is, if there's a new threat but you can detect it and you can protect against it very, very quickly, then it reduces the attacker's time in which they can do something bad.
And you are developing your heuristic that ESET was famous for the techniques of the heuristic, or there are new technologies that are emerging?
Yeah, so obviously, we're well known for proactive technology, and we like to just think that that's more than just heuristics or something like that, specifically in malware. But we've developed technologies, for instance, for blocking exploits, which has become a big thing. Find an exploit in an application, and some attacker's going to get in because of that vulnerability. But if we can prevent that exploit from even running, then even though there's a vulnerability in the system, you can block it, you can prevent it, and you can make sure that it's safe. So we've got this exploit blocker, we've got advanced memory scanning. All of these types of technologies enable us to be proactive in catching new malware.
In terms of the market share, you need to grow out more your business. You are comfortable with your position in the market right now?
Well, never comfortable until you're number one, right? We have an aim to be a top 3 security vendor. We want to be up there. We're around 4 or 5, depending on who you listen to.
But in terms of worldwide market share, or just for your region?
In our region, we've got a long way to go. We have a relatively small market share in the US, and it's the largest security market in the world. So, to me, that's just a tremendous opportunity for growth, and we can see there's a lot of room for us to expand. So, yes.
You have the more stressful of all the ESET executives.
Actually, I think it's one of the better markets, because it's a mature market. People understand security. People understand that there's a need for these things. They understand some of the technology involved. So in a way, it's really just selling the strengths of your technology, and then let that do the talking, really.
And to do that, the channel partners are the key, or you need
absolutely.
something?
Yeah, absolutely. We work almost exclusively through the channel, and we spend a lot of time working with our channel partners to make sure that they have what they need to be able to really effectively sell the product.
What are your opinion about the differences that the people there have some complaints about the security issues with the usability of your IT stuff, because sometimes a lot of security implies less usability of the products.
Yeah. That's true. One of the biggest complaints that you hear is that people don't want to be compliant with these products, because these types of products can be, interfere with the performance of the system or make it more difficult. Our aim is always to be as light as possible, as low interference as possible, and as easy as possible to use. So while we retain a very strong technological edge, so that it's very configurable, it's very flexible, we also want to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the daily lives of people, so that people will use it. And that's really the aim, is so that it will be used, that your users will stay compliant when you have the system, and the advantage is that then it doesn't interfere, and people don't really notice that it's running and doing a good job in the background.
And what do you think about the cloud standard that is emerging in the industry, that all the IT stuff will be at the cloud? How they impact the security business? Because at some point someone tell that you don't need anything because all be in the cloud.
Yeah, well, the cloud has been around for a very long time. We've had cloud services for almost forever. If you think about email, it's really a cloud service. Okay, we've had cloud technologies for security for almost as long. Since the early days, ESET developed a system called ThreatSense.net, which is an online-enabled system for quickly and rapidly knowing about new threats and being able to detect them and deliver updates very, very quickly. So we've embraced that technology as well. But in terms of everything will be in the cloud so you can forget about it, well, the fact is we still interact with some kind of data collection mechanism. So the user is still interacting and able to enter data at the endpoint, and why wouldn't you stop the threat at that point if you can, rather than wait until it's somewhere else and maybe there's replicas of this data in different clouds and different parts of the internet where you don't have so much control over it. So yes, security in the cloud is an important issue, but we need to start thinking about how do we get data securely there. You know, are we encrypting it as it goes there? Are we making sure that it's clean before we put it there? And these kind of things. So obviously, if you can have a very, very secure cloud, then the attackers are going to focus on the places where there's not so much security.
I don't know just right now, but I remember that you did some partnership to build appliances like Fortinet, for example. This business is already running, or so it's a business to develop some appliances to protect the net?
Well, we've had various appliances from hardware through to software in various places and at various times. We have gateway products, and we have products which will run on servers or which will run on SharePoint, on Exchange, all these kind of things. But we also do have some gateway kind of appliances. But I think the reality is that for most businesses, they're worried about the endpoint. They're worried about where it is that the user is carrying their data, and the perimeter as such doesn't exist in the same way anymore. So they have, they have a phone which has their own work stuff, but it also has their own personal stuff on it.
Yes.
So how do you protect that? Or a laptop with personal things and work things. So these interfaces are important, and I think most businesses are really focused on doing that. So yes, of course, we have a range of different types of product, but we're very focused on the endpoint.
Perfect. And from these small and medium companies, you are selling to that, but you are selling to the end users also. The focus in the future will be more in the business, or is just half and half?
The focus is on preventing threats for whoever needs to use our software, and that's really the truth of it. We have very strong business products, we have very strong consumer products, and every one of our customers requires good, strong protection. At their core, they're doing the same thing. Trying to make sure that we prevent threats from getting to you as a customer. So, yeah, we might focus on making sure that our business products are more flexible and configurable and deployable, and we might focus on our consumer products being easier to use and simple to install. But those are really subtle differences in how you deploy them, how you use them, and how our end user wants to experience them. But the core technology of threat prevention and detection is the same, and we'll never lose the focus on that.
If you were outside ESET, for example, and you have probably $1 million or something like that, and you need to build a partner company for a security vendor, what do you think will be your focus, and what do you enjoy to develop a business?
I think developing a business is all about people. Ultimately, you have to have good people that you trust, and you have to have good partners that you trust. So I would look for, it's a very simple equation. You look for the people that you can work with well. In terms of a partner, you look for a partner who you do good business with, who they work well with you, they help you grow your business. And ESET has always been about those kind of partnerships where it's not just about our profit and our margin, but we also want to grow our partners so that they're succeeding as well. So as if I was looking from the outside and I wanted to partner, say, with a company like ESET, I would be looking at what does it look like to work with them? Are they trusted? Is the technology strong? Those are all good things, but can I work with these people? Do they do what they say they're going to do? Can they support what they say they're going to do? And will they help me to grow my business? And I think those are really important points.
How do they manage the conflicts between partners and this kind of stuff also, no?
Yeah. Anyway, I think you have to be trustworthy in business. That's really the most important thing, is to make sure that you do what you say you're going to do, and that people really feel like that you treated them properly. And even if conflicts arise or difficulties arise, people understand that, you can see that issue was handled with respect and with trust.
So how do you think this trust means? So how do you think this trust build over time?
I think the only way is that you have to prove it over time. That's really by sticking to your commitments. You can hear many horror stories out there of how people or other companies have treated channel partners. When they do something and then a couple of years later all the rules suddenly change and
they sell direct and they don't see
or they
it.
suddenly switch and their whole model's changed, you know. We try to, obviously we have to evolve as a business, we have to change, we have to keep up with our market, but we try to make sure that we're bringing everyone along, and you know, we need to make sure that we communicate clearly what we're doing and why we're doing it, and give partners an opportunity to participate in that and be part of that and see where they can grow with us, rather than just shutting the door and saying, okay, we're done now.
Interesting.
Thanks very much, guys, and see you. But no, we've always focused on that, and I don't see that changing.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you very
nice
much.
interview.